Next, Xu Shilin used to have an eating disorder. It became so bad that if she drank a cup of coffee, she would do 100 squats to work it off. She became so ill that she couldn't walk and was hospitalised. Well, now she's turned her life around and runs a successful food vlog. Well, I'm pleased to say Xu joins me now. Take us back to that time in your life.
It was 5 years ago, and I struggled with orthorexia so much that I became so obsessed with pursuing a very healthy diet and labelling food as good and bad. I couldn't walk for about 6 months, I had to take time off work, and then through that, the first time I admitted it to myself and the people around me was when I posted a video online, and then the response from that helped so many people all around the world kind of realise that they weren't alone in this. And since then I've kind of made it a mission to really spread that message and to change food as a mindset and to use that as a way to experience the world instead.
So tell us what you do now then.
So now I make food and travel lifestyle videos on YouTube, and it's all about kind of travelling the world and eating all around the world. So all of the best food and communicating and making connections with people through the power of food.
We hear a lot about social media harming people's mental health. How do you keep yourself well?
I think it's just taking things with a pinch of salt as well, and knowing that a lot of things are a highlight reel, and also celebrating people and celebrating stories. And I feel like every single person has a story to tell, so to highlight that and to kind of celebrate the little moments in life that can bring joy.
And we've seen that you've been all around the world doing this. Where are you off to next?
Yeah, I'm going to Morocco for 2 weeks for the first time. So I'm very excited to eat tagines and drink mint tea and orange juice and things. So yeah, very excited.
Oh, well, good luck with that. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, if you know someone who deserves to be featured as one of our Greater Londoners, then send us your nomination. You can get in touch by going to the website or message us on Instagram, which is at BBC London People.
This day is definitely going to be a day that I'll look back on when I'm all old and wrinkly with hopefully some grandchildren, and I'll be able to be like, look, Grandma was cool once. Grandma was on BBC One once. Wow, what a day. Yep, that was my first time on live television, and it was on BBC One, one of the world's biggest TV channels and the channel that I grew up watching. We used to always play BBC One at the Chinese takeaway that we owned growing up, so it's absolutely incredible to even think that today happened, and to be able to have the opportunity to talk on such an important platform to share my experience with orthorexia that could help potentially so many people is a moment that I will never forget. It's something that I'm really proud of myself for doing, and I just can't believe that. Ooh, I'm already getting emotional. Stop it. This is not going to be another type of those videos. It's been a very emotional few months, if you couldn't tell. I just wouldn't have thought that being able to share one of the darkest periods of my life and to document that could one day help to shine a light on the issue and to raise awareness about something that is still affecting so many people to this day. It's not just young people, it could be people that are closest to us, it could be people who are at a very impressionable age and they don't feel like they've got anyone to talk to. So I'm just really hoping this interview will be able to be shared and to help others in feeling less alone. A little bit of context about today and how today came to place. I filmed a video last week talking about an interview that I had conducted with a photojournalist. Very wonderful. Made me feel very comfortable in front of the camera because I don't normally take portraits. That doesn't involve me holding food. We had a little bit of a chat, and this was part of BBC London's Instagram. So the whole reason this came about is because I am part of #Greater Londoner, which is an initiative that BBC London have set up as an Instagram account, and they are hoping to promote it further across the circles and across the wider network of people. But it celebrates inspirational people from the capital, and I highly recommend you to go and follow the account even if you're not from London, because it really celebrates some tremendous and very inspiring stories from people all around us. And every single morning whenever they post, I always click on it and just read through the bio, and it just fills me with so much motivation and love and possibility, and also faith in humanity. I feel like we are living in quite dark times and there are some horrendous things that are happening around the world. I also believe in being able to share some light and positivity wherever we can to everybody that we meet, because it doesn't cost us a penny and it could really help to brighten somebody's day. So to be able to be a part of this initiative with such incredible figures in our community is one of the proudest moments of my life. I am so beyond honoured to be a part of this, and I will leave all of the details down below where you can find it. But yeah, a big thank you to the BBC London team for not only making me feel so welcome, but for selecting me to be a part of one of your greater Londoners. Just really hope those words will reach somebody else and help them. That's all I want. But yes, anyway, bit of a tangent. So that was a part of the interview last week, and it's now on the Instagram account. If you want to have a look, I'll put it up here, and also make sure to click through and have a read of the full story as well. And then yesterday, so today is, what day is it today actually? Today is Tuesday. So on Monday evening, which is about, what, 5 days after the interview, the producer rung me and was like, we're going to be putting the picture up tomorrow, and also the TV editor was looking at your story and was wondering if you'd be comfortable in coming on TV tomorrow to share it and further promote your story. And I jumped at the chance. They said that obviously with things being in TV and being in the newsroom, things can chop and change so quickly depending on what's happening day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute. So they said, hang tight, just wanted to make sure that you are free, but we won't be able to confirm until the morning. So then this morning came, and about 10:30 I got a called back and had a brief chat, and they were like, okay, we're going to go and send a cab over to you now. And it came about an hour and a half later. So what was it called, 10:30? Yeah, and it came about 12:10. So I was admittedly still in bed in my oversized Disney pajamas. My hair was in a greasy bun. My eyes chose today to be the puffiest of puffy eyes, and I was just like, first time on live TV, guys, like, could we just cooperate a little here? But anyway, that was like a very quick 1 hour turnaround of looking like I was in bed, all dishevelled and horrible, just something that was hopefully somewhat presentable on live television. And then the cab came downstairs. He very kindly waited whilst I was just putting some finishing touches to my eyes. I was trying to do like a bronzy smoky eye so people wouldn't notice the puffiness. Now, I did not expect, I don't know why, but I did not expect the staff to be so lovely. As soon as I walked in, I went to chat to somebody in reception, and I was kind of a bit like, I hope I got the right one. This is who I'm meant to be seeing. I think I'm meant to be on in like half an hour, and everybody was so supportive. Even the security guy was literally just gave me the biggest grin as he was like just checking through my bag, and I was just like, oh, this is great, this is amazing. I just feel like everyone's just got a big smile on their face. And literally from the moment I walked in the door, every single person that I met couldn't have been more welcoming. And I had a lady called Melissa who was my meet and greet. So she was like showing me around, and she was like, have you been in here before? And I was like, no. And I was obviously quite giddy being able to be in the newsroom. So she was like, this is the newsroom, this is where everything happens. And I was just like, ooh, ah. And then we went in the lift, and she was like, every single lift has a different radio station playing from the BBC, and today we're on BBC 3. And I was just like, amazing. I really wanted to film it much because I wanted to document the experience for myself to look back on, because everything was such a blur of excitement and nerves that I wanted to look back on the footage. But I also didn't know what the rules were within the BBC, and I didn't want to be filming random things that might be confidential, and I didn't want to put anybody's faces that weren't comfortable. So I kind of thought, I'm going to keep my camera bag and just try to relive it through my head. But then afterwards the producer was like, you could have vlogged, you could have filmed bits and bobs. And I was just like, dang it, next time. Yeah, so we walked into this other room with a sofa, got a lovely glass of water, chatted to the staff nearby, just smiled a lot like this. Looking around like, I'm just trying not to freak out, this is so cool. And then I was led over to the newsroom, and it was so cool. I'm not even trying to play it cool because I'm very bad at playing things cool. I don't even know how to. It was very incredible to be in that room. I met the floor manager, who was so lovely. Everyone was so lovely. And then she was like, oh, you're wearing a dress, like, can I put the microphone clipped onto your bra, like how the presenters do it? So I was just like, okay, hook me up. I managed to do it. I met Tarah, who was the presenter on the show, who, what a lady. She is incredible. She made me feel so comfortable. She was so friendly, and I just felt like I felt so comfortable talking to her on TV that any nerve just kind of evaporated. And she asked me to stay around for a little chat afterwards as well, and I was just really grateful for her taking the time to do that and to just kind of have a chat with me afterwards and asking how I felt it went. And she was just really lovely, and I felt like I could just learn from her when she was first on set, and she went from kind of like chatting to suddenly being such a professional newsreader, and being able to watch that happen like in front of you was so cool. Like, she was so calm and collected and professional, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and channel that into my interview. So if I looked like I was very articulate, then I also have Tarah to thank for making me feel so comfortable. I'm not sure if she'll ever watch this video, but if she does, then thank you so much. Well, at one point I was like, oh, so do I just wander in when they introduce me? And they're like, nope, you're going to be sitting down and the camera will like pan onto you, or the camera will go on you automatically. You don't walk around. I was just like, okay. Very glad that I asked that, because otherwise that could have been embarrassing. They were kind of talking through the different stories beforehand, and there were the cool like auto cue machines that you see in the films, and then it was my turn. At the time, my heart was pumping so quickly, and I thought that I would stumble, or I might just say the wrong thing or not be able to do it justice. And I just really just thought, I cannot screw this up. This is such an important message, and I only have one shot. I have to deliver it the best that I can. And then suddenly it was like a countdown of 30 seconds, 10 seconds, and then we're live. And then everything just suddenly felt like it melted away. All of the nerves. My heart was still pumping quickly, but I felt like everything was happening in my head, but I was so sure of what I wanted to say, and I felt so comfortable in that, and it just felt very right. And I guess filming videos here on YouTube really helped with that as well, and I've had an opportunity to present more this year, so it was, yeah, it was one of the best moments of my life. And it means even more because it's talking about one of the worst moments of my life, but changing that around with a positive spin and to find a silver lining. So to be able to share it with other people, just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Afterwards, the producer was waiting for me outside, and we had a little bit of a chat afterwards, and I just wanted to make sure, like, was that okay? Did I come across okay? Hopefully I got the message across. And yeah, like I said, like, everyone was so supportive and lovely, and they also even sent me a clip so I could put it on my Instagram to share with you guys and to share with friends and family, which I just thought was so sweet. This day is definitely going to be a day that I'll look back on when I'm all old and wrinkly with hopefully some grandchildren, and I'll be able to be like, look, grandma was cool once. Grandma was on BBC One once. Wow, what a day. My heart just feels very full right now. BBC One was the channel that I always put on when we were at the Chinese takeaway, because we'd always have a TV in the corner to watch whilst we waited for the customers to come in and just to keep us entertained, because other channels sometimes could have some dodgy films on late at night, and I have experienced some dodgy moments of an awkward scene being on and then some customers just there, and you're just like trying not to make eye contact. So BBC One's always like a good safe bet. To think 10 to 12 years later I'll be able to talk on there, to share an important issue, is really damn cool. Very cool. And I think it would have given me some comfort as well for a younger version of me to see future me on telly, because there wasn't a lot of people that looked like me on TV when I was younger, and even though I was only on for 2 minutes, it's 2 minutes more than I ever would have imagined. So today is Tuesday the 3rd of September 2019, and I was live on television on BBC One for the very first time, talking about something that hopefully will be able to help somebody else. And wait, let me try and find the exact words. Can't do this without Harry Potter quote. Are we ready for some extra cheese? Ugh. For somebody that doesn't eat cheese that much, I sure am a cheesy person. Okay. I'm going to end this video on one of my favourite quotes of all time by our dear friend Albus Dumbledore. Are we ready? happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. And today, BBC One London was my light, and yeah, thank you so much. And again, if you haven't already, I would definitely hop over to BBC London People on Instagram and give them a follow and have a read through the different stories. You can also read mine on there as well. I just love it because sometimes social media can be such a toxic place. So I'm very grateful for this account and the opportunity to celebrate every single thing that makes us us. The unique things, the wonderful things, the weird things, the incredible things that we do for one another, to do for people that we don't even know, the people who are selfless and have so much love to give to even strangers that they meet and come across. I think it's definitely worth celebrating. On that note, I'm going to bid you all farewell for this video. Thank you all for watching, thank you for your continued support, and also thank you so much for sending me such wonderful messages and very kind and supportive comments as well from my last video, and also about this on my Instagram and Facebook as well. I truly am a very lucky girl to have you, and I'm so happy that I am able to build this little community for us to have a little chat and conversation. And it's just amazing that viewers can turn to friends from all around the world, and I find comfort in that. So yeah, thank you for your time, and thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.